welcome to my world with Nat, Relocation Concierge. I hope you're having a fantastic day. We are live. Well, we're not really live. We're recording at Project Paradise. We are live. At Project Paradise with Justin James. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, so we were just saying that you came for a short.
Well, it wasn't
in '93.
I was a teenager for 2 years.
For 2 years.
Yeah.
You wanted to come surf.
Came to windsurf.
Do the beach thing. And then went back to...
Yeah, no, I was born in Vancouver.
Yeah.
I was windsurfing heavily as a teenager.
And then heavily. It's a problem.
came down here as this was the windsurfing capital of the Caribbean.
It's stunning.
And, now the water sports capital of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Kiteboarding, surfing, and windsurfing. Stand-up paddling, you name it. And anyway, so I came down here for that. That's what brought me here. I spent 2 years teaching windsurfing here.
Wow, okay.
And right in Cabarete. I met friends for a lifetime, and then I was so young, man, so I was broke windsurfer. And then I decided to go and to move to LA and become a full-time musician. So another road less traveled.
You got a little less broke?
Yeah. Another way to stay broke. I became a professional musician. I worked away at that for a very long time.
You know what that tells me is that you really did follow the things that you loved. And I think that's, part of what we decided to do is that we didn't care much for the winter anymore, and we followed that sort of dream of beach, warmth, flip-flops every day. And I think that's
once you have a taste of it.
Oh, yes.
Then you can't go back.
I can't believe that I lasted 20 years. I mean, I worked on cruise ships for 6
That's
years,
right,
and then went back to Canada. Can't believe I lasted 20 years and didn't, we went on vacation, but it's just not the same thing when you're in it all the time.
Vacations are one thing because your mind's already set of going back.
Yeah.
Moving and relocating,
it's a
whole different ballgame.
And, something you said to me a few months ago when we sat down together you've seen people come and go. And it takes a bit of thick skin to make it, if that's the right terminology of saying, I'm going to make this work, I want to stay. What is it that you think that, people, they can't stay or they have to turn around?
Well, the way it works as far as living here goes, right? I mean, it's either people that are retiring and have a pension.
Yeah.
Okay. And then easy breezy right there. People that have income, coming in from rentals back home. There are people that can work online.
There's always if you have a steady flow of income.
But there's also what I've done, which has been an entrepreneur here in the country, which is definitely the hardest road for sure because
it is.
Well, one is you're just different culture, different language, different business practices, different way of doing business that you have to just kind of sometimes take it in the chin, because we're in their land and that's the way they do it, and that's kind of have to go with the flow sometimes. When you want something done, like now, it doesn't always happen down here like that. It
does not. There is Dominican time.
Island time.
Island time definitely is a real thing. I had to get used to it. Our first few weeks I struggled, and now I'm a little bit more. I mean, I was on my way here.
It's frustrating at times.
And our pool guy was walking up El Choco, and I'm like, I can't let this man walk. So I drove him up, and then I thought, I'm going to be late for this because I was stuck behind two trucks that were not. They decided I think they were traveling on island time. And the irony is that there's island time, but when people drive, they drive like maniacs.
Yeah. It's the Wild West on the road sometimes, but.
So what do you think that has helped you sort of get over the hump of not turning around, like of staying?
Oh, one, I didn't have many options. I really didn't.
Okay.
I didn't have any. I mean, when I decided to move back to the island, which was in 2011, I left for a long time. I lived in LA, pursued music, made a few bucks, and decided. And I came back in 2009 for a couple months. To
feel
see,
it out,
It was cool because Facebook reconnected me like it did with everybody, right? With like old friends. And I was like, man, you're still living there? You're still living on the... Oh, man, I got to come and see you. So I came down. And when I was leaving, I was like, I'm going to live here. And I put my plan together. And I did a tour at the time I was living in California. So I toured from California to Florida. And then I moved here. And from 2011 to 2015, I still was in and out of the country a lot. And then I changed my plan and, you know, bought this piece of land.
Yeah.
Started my other company, the car rental agency.
Yeah.
And
that's where the entrepreneur side
yeah,
kicked in.
and really just started hustling and kind of keeping my feet here on the island.
Yeah.
A lot more. You know, started a family, got
Yes.
2 little critters. So that keeps you
Cuties,
grounded.
yes.
And then
Absolutely. They do motivate us.
yeah, absolutely. And I found myself going to bed at like 9:30 the other night. Like I'm there before I was going to bed at 9:30 in the morning.
Yes, there were those days.
Yeah.
And I think that you touched on something important. You have to, if you're relocating, have that sense of bit of hustle, because I know we arrived and we had a plan, but I don't know that we had solidified it hard enough to, and things sort of, I like to use the analogy of the Tetris game, like pieces just started falling in, and this relocation idea happened, and it's paying off. You know, the consistency of creating these videos for you guys and meeting people like yourself. If people are deciding to relocate, what are the things that you feel like, you know, they should be aware of or be mindful of? Like, because I think that right now I'm seeing a trend of people who are coming down thinking, ugh, no problem, I can do this. Anybody can do this.
Yeah.
What are the things that they should be mindful of? You know, for me, one of the things is, if you're going to be here, you have to be here, and you can't have a foot back where.
Well, if you're going to do business, yes.
Yeah.
If you got the finances, you
Yeah.
can pretty much, you know, create a life here and go anywhere, right?
Absolutely.
You know, finances create a lot of freedom. But if you are on a budget, like the most of us are, you know, and you want to create a life here, and you want to, you know, you have to either set yourself up,
Yeah.
like I was saying initially, with, you know, some kind of like residual income coming in from whether it's Canada, the States, Europe, wherever you're, you know, be able to do some work online, or have a good idea to do something here. The thing is, like, I actually, in a lot of ways, look at this as like the land of opportunity, because there's a lot of things that are done here but not done well. And one of the things that's missing in this
Yeah.
country, as you know, is
You're gonna give it away?
You know, well, they're like, you know, a lot of businesses here, the customer service level is not as high as like in North America and stuff like that. So, you know, if you do something and you do it really well, you know, you can kind of corner that market of it.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with me with the car rentals.
Yeah.
It was simple. I mean, I pick up my clients at the airport. There's a problem. You know, big problem. Here's your money back. You know, it's as simple as that, right? But
Because you're not here for the heartache.
yeah, and but you know, I think as far as like really,
And you feel like if you bring your, you know, one of the things that people have said to me is that you have to embrace the Dominican culture. Like, you
Absolutely.
can't bring North America with you.
No.
You can bring a couple things with you, but you have to embrace what you're getting yourself into here.
yeah, well, you have to embrace it, or at least just take it in the chin. But no, it's better to embrace it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's true. I mean, you know, it all depends on what your plans are. As far as, you know, a lot of people come down here with the dream of a bar.
And do you think they should have a plan, though?
Yeah. I mean, you got to have some
You got to
sort of a
devise
plan,
something.
for sure. But I mean,
Okay.
the whole like open the restaurant and opening the bar on the beach. That's one of the gigs where you have to be here all year round.
Yeah.
You know, you
That's
can't
kind of
just
movie
bounce in and
level.
out. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
movie level, yeah.
But you know, there's a lot of things to know, like, you know, how to do banking here.
Yes.
Do you want to buy? Do you want to rent?
Yeah.
You know, buying a vehicle here, that's a tricky thing. There's you know, just the ins and outs, like even like who's the guy to fix the AC if you're buying a house or something.
Yeah.
You know, independent contractors, people to fix this and fix that.
I got a guy who fixes dryers.
Okay.
Okay, if you need him. And I think that is one of the pieces that I keep impressing on people that I meet, is that embrace the adventure, embrace, you know, the journey of what you're choosing to do, but also embrace that this is a different country. So we have to make sure that...
Get a couple words of Spanish dialed in.
Yes. I was very proud that when I got to the gate, I was able to tell them where I was going.
How's your Spanish?
You know,
a little pause.
There's a pause because
it's not easy learning when you get older. It's not easy.
I have high expectations.
Yeah, but...
And I feel like I should have learned more in the last year. However, because I speak French fluently...
that helps.
It helps enormously.
Yeah,
So once I do learn the phrase or that piece of the conversation, I can repeat it and repeat it, and then I know it and I know what it means, and it's good. But we work from home.
Yes.
So if nobody's in my house that speaks Spanish,
understood. Yeah.
I just don't practice it enough. Now my daughter, who's 8.5, corrects me when I say something wrong. So at least I know that I have somebody watching my back.
My daughter, 6, corrects me in English.
I love it. So yeah, definitely the and knowing just the basic Spanish, right? I mean the hi, goodbye,
just
thank you, you're welcome. And I would say the people here, I mean, so far what I've experienced is very friendly and open, and they know that there are people coming here. They realize that, you know, there's a lot of people that don't speak Spanish, and I've met them at the grocery store. The guys that bag, they a few of them speak English.
No, for sure.
And I congratulate them because I think, you know what, there's nothing wrong with learning a second. And like I say to Adele, you will now know 3 languages.
She will.
And you are way ahead.
Anyone that graduates, all the kids that graduate from international school, they you know, because once they get into high school, then they get the 3rd language.
Yeah.
The Spanish is just from friends. English is from their parents, or vice versa.
Yeah.
And then you have, and again, like you said, once you've learned, like if you know French, Spanish, Italian, and Portuguese aren't far away. It's actually English is kind of the one language.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're coming to relocate. I'm already here, but somebody's watching. What is your top tip? What are the things that they should really? I mean, you've shared a lot today, but is there one thing? Maybe?
Well, I think everyone probably is doing some research already because it's exciting, right?
Yes,
so they're checking things out online. They're dreaming about living in paradise.
Yeah.
And you know, one of the things I find, because you know, I have a little hotel. I got a lot of guests that are coming. I've got a car rental agency for 9 years, so I've actually rented a lot of cars to people that are relocating, and they rent a car for the first month while they're settling in and then trying to buy a car. Is they didn't plan their banking out, and they didn't realize that it was more difficult to find the right bank and how to transfer money here properly, and it takes a while, like to get things set up.
Or they should bring money with them.
Yeah. You know, you can bring under $10,000 on a plane per person. Yeah. And then, you know, I didn't realize this, and then they're trying to get the bank set up, and it takes a couple months. You got to paperwork. You got to get like legal.
And you have to do it before 90 days of being here.
The bank you want to go to is Banco Santa Cruz.
Yes.
First and foremost.
1000%. Yes.
Yeah, and then because they're open to foreigners, and the other banks are also, like if you're a Canadian and you're coming down here, opening up like a Scotia account in Canada if you don't already have one, because the ATM, we have Scotia Caribbean here, and Scotia here, even though they're not tied together, once you go to a teller, the ATMs are, and they don't charge you international withdrawal fees.
Yeah.
So you can use your Scotia Canadian card to withdraw from the Scotia.
But there's a limit though, right? That you
the limit's set on what you can call back home
and say, raise the limit.
And you can raise your limit, daily limit. I've raised mine to unlimited. Because I mean, sometimes I gotta, but the problem is you have to pull it out at 10,000 pesos at a time, which is only 175 US. So I'll go, if I have to buy a new car or something, and I gotta pull out, think about pulling 10 grand out at $175 at a time. It takes a while, but I also have another system where I do large sum transfers to Banco Santa Cruz in my US, so I send from US dollar to US dollar.
Yes.
Again, you know, you got to just know how to get dollars here, because, you know, everyone needs some cash at hand.
Because it is cash country.
More so, yes.
More so, yeah. And now we had to get used to that, because back home, honestly, we cha-chinged a lot. It was just pull out the card. And we do use the card.
And when you use a card that's not tied into Scotia, that's the only one you get free transactions on, it can cost you between $10 and $15 per transaction for pulling out just $175.
Yeah.
When
you're pulling it from Canada or
any bank, any bank. If you have a Royal Bank,
Yes.
and you go to Scotia here,
Yes.
you get charged from the bank here, the
And
bank
the
at
bank
Royal,
there.
and
Yes.
an international transaction
Yes.
fee.
It's painful.
So, and then if you have an American bank, there's no American bank down here that has a sister bank.
No.
So every single bank you go to. So the best way is you take a large sum, and you can do it
Yeah.
and send to your U.S. You can open up
Yeah.
a U.S. dollar account here,
Yeah.
and then you take a bunch of that money and you open a peso account, and they'll give you a card.
Yep.
Credit card for the peso account,
Yeah.
and you can use that at the gas stations,
Everywhere, yeah.
grocery
Exactly.
stores.
Once you're set up, you're good.
Yeah.
It's the setting up part
Yeah.
that you have to be good. So if you're not sure how to do that, we need to have a conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
You need some documents from your home country to make sure that you
I know
can
people that
that.
have come down here and had a nightmare because they literally can't access enough money to do what they need to do.
Yeah.
So,
It's challenging. So
and they don't want to fly home
no.
to do it all, but
No.
some of them have.
Absolutely not.
Some of them have.
If you
flown.
are thinking of relocating, first I want to make sure before I spiel at the end, tell us about Project Paradise, because I think this would be a great option for people, maybe a group who are thinking of checking out the
Absolutely.
DR. Tell us about Project
So it's a
Paradise.
boutique hotel. I built it from the ground up. It took me years, and then I opened it 2 months before coronavirus hit. Wasn't the best year of opening, but I'm actually quite lucky in hindsight that I did finish it, because the price of construction now, I was buying bags of cement for 250 pesos. Now they're 480, 500, so it's literally doubled.
Yeah.
And so if it doubled, I don't know if I could afford it to build this place.
Yeah.
But anyways, I got it done. And then, so there's nine
9 rooms.
9 private kind of rooms, all king-size beds. They have pull-out sofas and stuff. We can accommodate between 18 to 25 if there's a few people want to do some pull-out sofas or got kids and things. We're open on Airbnb for the regular traveler and stuff, but what we really focus on is groups that take the whole complex.
Yeah.
Events, seminars, retreats, everything, parties, family reunion, bachelor parties, you name it. We offer a chef, bartender. I have my little nugget, which is in there, is the recording studio.
Yeah.
So we have bands and artists that come
That's awesome.
and make music, and which is what my whole dream was to have a place for people to come and work on their projects. Project Paradise. That's
Love
what
it.
it is.
So if you're looking to relocate, you're looking to maybe, get away with a group of people, you have something planned, consider reaching out to Justin. If you are considering relocating and you're not sure where to start and how to get that started, make sure you click on the link in the my calendar link so we can have a call and make this dream come true for you. All of Justin's info will be in the description, so make sure that you go and visit that and reach out to him for any information on Project Paradise. If you like this video, please like it and make sure to subscribe to the channel, whatever you choose to do today. Have an incredible day, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now. Thank you.
Thank you.